Alrighty, we are here with Battle Brothers. I'm going to give this another go. Last time I streamed it, I think it was just me lacking explanation for the things I was doing that made me feel like I really wasn't putting something forward that you guys would want to get a look at. So I'm going to try it again, and this time I'll be a little more clear about what I'm doing. I'm just going to take a moment to send out a few links to let people know I'm streaming, and we will get started. Alrighty, we have things sent out, just about set. Alrighty. Hey there, Rickster. Welcome to the stream. Yes, I've got a tooth that's got a pretty major abscess, and I've been dealing with it with ibuprofen and doing what I can for it, ice and so on and so forth. And yesterday it was just so bad that I could barely speak intelligently because my face was all swollen up and things. And so back today, normally we'd be doing some vintage story with my wife this morning, but we've got some things going on where she's going to be playing vintage story, and I'm going to be doing this. So we're going to be doing this. We are going to start a new campaign. I think we're going to start with a new company. It's just a generic start with 3 mercenaries and rock and roll. We're going to go with my standard banner and standard unit name, the Dead Rabbits. An homage to the Gangs of New York. Great old movie. I think in late game we will have Nobles at War will be our late game crisis. And combat difficulty veteran. We're going to leave economic at beginning and starting funds at high. Now let's do this thing. Hey, Jester, welcome aboard. Thanks for testing the chats. I appreciate it, brother. All right. You soak in the cool morning air. As the sun slowly rises, so does a new chapter in your life begin. After years of bloodying your sword for meager pay, you've saved enough crowns to start your very own mercenary company. With you are Torhelm the Blade, Hartbert, and Hildrick, with whom you've fought before side by side in the shield wall. You are their commander now and the leader of the Dead Rabbits. As you travel the lands, you should hire new men in the villages and cities to fill your ranks. Many who offer their services will have never picked up a weapon before. Maybe they're desperate, maybe they're greedy for quick spoils of war. Most of them will die on the battlefield, but do not be discouraged. Such is the mercenary life, and the next village will always have new men eagerly looking for a new start in life. The lands are dangerous these times. Robbers and pillagers lay in ambush by the roads. Wild beasts roam the dark forests, and orc tribes are restless beyond the boundaries of civilization. There are rumors even of dark magic being at work and the dead rising from their graves and walking again. There's plenty of opportunity to earn good money, whether by taking on contracts you can find in the villages and cities all over the land, or by venturing out on your own to explore and raid. Your men look to you to give a command. They live and die for the dead rabbits now. Huzzah. All right, first we're going to look at our fellas, see what we got here. All right, we have Torhelm. He's armed with a spear and a shield. That's a good thing. Hartbert has a large axe, which is actually pretty devastating. It's not a bad early game weapon. And then Hildrick has a knife and his light crossbow. I'm going to put him in the rear line so that he has a little bit of protection. And we've got a little bit of food, some bandages. Up here on the left side of the screen, we have crowns, which is the amount of money that we have. Then we have provisions, the amount of food we have, tools and supplies, which are used to repair our gear after battles, and then ammunition. So if we have bows, crossbows, throwing weapons like javelins or axes, that's where they refresh from. And then we have our medical supplies for healing after battle. In the top center of the screen, we have an indicator for the day-night cycle, pause, play, and fast forward. Here we have our roster button, which allows us to look at our fellas. Then we have the ability to center the camera on our characters, toggle the camera lock so that it follows us. We can turn footprints on and off. We can camp. And then over here we have the obituary, which tells us about people who have died in our service. And our next button over is faction relationships. And this is the same menu we would get if we hit escape, which allows us to load and save and options, retire and quit. And let's head into Sestat. Sestat it is. Let's see what we can do about hiring some people, finding some work. Oh, excuse me. We've got 2,900 crowns, which is enough to make a difference. Most of these guys are going to be pretty low level. I think I'd like to get us up to 6 troops if I can. Gottfried the Idiot, huh? He's a grave robber, which is why he has the helm that he does. It's an ancient helm he obviously stole out of a grave. So there's Haldebert, who is a fisherman. Torleif the Studious, he's a historian. Another fisherman, another fisherman. I think we're going to hire Hartwig, Falk, and Hartbert. They are all fishermen, and they will currently be armed just with knives and nets. So we're going to do what we can to fix that. So we're going to go here into the marketplace and see what they've got for weapons and shields and things. Actually, this is looking pretty good. We're going to grab shields for these guys. We're going to grab them some headgear. That's decent headgear. And at least 2 of them are going to get some better clothing. And we'll start with that. He's actually already dressed in a good leather tunic. So let's get him some head protection and a shield. We'll put the good armor on him and that on him. Make sure they get their headgear. And we're going to put this hat, this straw hat, on our archer. So they've all got shields now, and we're going to rearrange them because when people with shields raise their shields and they're standing next to somebody else who raises their shield, we get a shield wall bonus. So that will be helpful for that. Go back into the shop. We're going to sell the nets and the old clothing, and now I need to get them some weapons. And we've got a bludgeon, really cheap. And I guess it's going to be spears for these other two fellas. There we go. Because pocket knives are not going to cut it. There we go. Double check, make sure there's no extraneous stuff that they're carrying. Well, our archer should have a knife on his person just in case. So we'll sell that knife and these bandages, and with that, we've got enough men to take on our first mission. Up in the top left corner of the screen in our villages is where we will find jobs, and they will have basically a number of skulls that indicate their threat level, 1, 2, or 3. The more skulls, the more dangerous. This is actually a good starting town to have found because it has a temple, so serious wounds can be treated at the temple, because serious wounds that aren't treated at the temple will heal, and you'll have things like, a permanent limp or, things like that affect the characters in the long run. They've got a tavern here, a good place to go and have a quick sip to raise their morale. We've got a barber here so we could change the appearance. I'd never use it. And then we've got the harbor, which will allow us to sail to other towns along the coastline. So currently we're in Sestat. We would be able to probably sail to Eisenberg, Niwakai, Blankwasser. So that's good to know for the future. I think we got a good place to get started here. So let's see what we've got for contracts. You look out Sigmar of Sestart's window and watch men load a few wagons with goods. Sigmar of Sestart joins you, 2 goblets of wine in hand. You take one and drink it all in one swig. The man stares at you. That wasn't cheap. You're supposed to enjoy it. You shrug. Sorry, can I have another to get it right? Sigmar of Sestat turns around and goes to his desk. So I need a caravan guarded to Schneffel's. It's a day to the east of here. Pretty simple, right? There's plenty of crowns in it if you're interested. Well, let's talk money. So we'll get paid 160 crowns and 25 crowns for the head of anybody that we have to kill along the way. I'm going to accept the offer, but then I'm going to tell him I need some time to think about it, because we're going to see what the other jobs are. So someone tells us that someone wants to speak to us. Again, I'm going to say I accept this. So basically, he's had an item of value stolen and wants us to track down the thieves. Again, I'm going to say I accept the contract, and this time we're actually going to accept the contract. So let's get centered on us. There are the tracks going out that we're going to follow. And hopefully this won't be too insane. There's the thieves. There's 7 of them. Brigands, just as your employer had thought. They look scared, presumably understanding that Aldemar of Sitchstad's well-paid wrath is about to descend upon them. Your scout reports that he has seen the following: many brigand thugs. That's good. Thugs are low level. Now, of course, good guys will always face to the right. Bad guys will always face to the left. If they are on top, if anyone's on top of one of these elevated things, they get bonuses to hit and to defend. We can turn on things that are basically squares that we're not allowed to enter, and I can turn off the trees so they don't interfere with us visually. So first is our archer. He's ready to shoot, but they're most likely out of range. That's usually the case. Yep, they're just beyond range. So we're just going to have him pass. So the spinning arrows down here mean wait, and it'll come back around to him later in the round. The check marks means he's completely done, and that ends his involvement for the round. And then the multiple check marks means that I can just basically go, yeah, I want everybody to pass and for the round to end. So we're going to have him wait. Now we have this fellow up here. We're going to have him raise his shield and wait. Have this next guy down here. The one that's bouncing is always the one that we're going to be working with. We're going to have him raise his shield and wait. I'm holding here because I want to draw them away from these high areas. Raise his shield and wait. Mr. Axeman, I think you're going to step right up here. And you're going to do a round swing, which will allow me to hit everyone around in a circle. Nice. Bring him forward. And we'll see if we can stun this fellow here. Nope, he missed. And now everything is blanked out down here, so that means there's nothing else he can do, so the check mark ends his turn. And he missed. Cock his crossbow again. And now he's out of moves, so end his turn. He used up all his action points to move that far forward. This guy I'm actually going to jump over here because I want that full circle swing available for my axeman. And you up here, we're going to move him to the end of the line. And we're to the next round. Different kind of weapons have different kinds of advantages. Ooh, he took a hard hit there. He lost his head covering. Picks, like this bottom enemy have, are good for destroying armor. Axes are good for destroying shields. Clubs of different sorts are good for stunning or knocking out your opponent. Spears can allow you to, a lot of times, get past shields. But, okay, we've got our fella here, another shot, and he misses again, which is not uncommon for early in the game. So his turn is done. Alright. I'm going to stick this guy because he has no shield. There we go, and I get, holding still, I get 2 shots at him. When above them, you'll see that there are 2 blue lines and a red line. The red line is their health, the blue line is their body armor, the middle one, and the top blue line is their head armor. So you'll see if I hit this fella here, let's see if I can stun him again. Yep, and I missed again. Alright. But I get a second swing. There we go. You saw the 3 lines that appeared above his head. He's wearing nothing on his head, so his top line was empty. His middle line showed some blue because he has armor, and his bottom line shows red. I can come up here and I can turn on those lines, and then you can see more clearly. So this guy over here on the right has no helmet, so his top line is blank. He is wearing a jerkin, so his center line is full of blue, and he hasn't been touched, so his health line is full of red. So usually the thing with spears is that initially they'll mostly do armor damage. So this guy in the top got stuck with the spear. It did lots of damage to his armor and only a small damage to his health. But, so, just so you know how that works. This fellow over here in white has a buckler, and he deflected the blow with his buckler. Here we go. Blaze up. There we go. So we've got one guy down. We're going to stick this fella up here again. Remember, the bouncing guy is the one who gets to go. There we go. So that basically destroyed his armor and got through to do some damage to his body. So the second shot, lots of damage got to his body. This info down here is the info on the person who's ready to go. In this case, Heinrich. You'll notice his icon is the leftmost one and is larger than the others. The little bag here allows us to open inventory, and he can switch weapons in here if he wants to. Basically, everybody has like 3 action points or 4 action points, and it takes an action point to move around. It takes action points to swap weapons. It takes an action point on this guy's part to cock his crossbow. We're going to see if he can put a shot in this fella. Nope, and he missed again. Cock his crossbow. That's who this guy is headed for. He's going to try to close with him so he can't use his crossbow. Alright. Stick him. And he missed. There we go. Oh, our axeman is down. He might be alive. He might not be. We just don't know. But now he's going to move in on my archer. Ooh, and he's down. Yeah, this is getting ugly. And he missed. Alright, Mr. Archer. Gonna give him one last shot. Oh, he hit him. Hit him good, too. And then, rather than cocking the bow, I'm actually gonna swap him over to his knife. So, he'll be ready for melee. This fella up here. Let's see. And he missed. And the guy in white, he got him that time. Yeah, I knew he was going to close on that archer. There was just no other logical move for him. All right, our guy in the top here, going for the guy in white, and he finished him. Going to have him engage with the fellow with the shield. See if he can cave this dude's head in. Well, he got a good solid shot. So they have a stamina. There we go. Close with him. And the stamina, sometimes as you are fighting longer and longer, you get more and more tired. And so initially, you know, they might have 2 attacks available in a round, but as the battle progresses, they may end up taken down to a single attack in a round. Alright, now you'll notice this fella right here, he's got a white flag behind him. You'll also notice that the other guys have white flags. As they become more and more unnerved, that flag unfurls more and more, and when it fully unfurls, like on this guy, it means he's gone into a panic, he's going to run for his life. There's several things that are important about that. The first is, normally, a person who's adjacent to an enemy, if they attempt to move away, the enemy gets a free shot at him. All right. Since this guy is in a panic, he wouldn't get a free shot at one of the adjacent guys here when they tried to move away. Secondly, when it comes to his turn, he's going to try to run, and when he tries to run, anybody who's adjacent to him is going to get a free shot on him. This reflects very well the reality of medieval battles, where when shield lines would engage shield to shield, man to man, the death rate, the losses were usually between 4 and 10% as they battled. But as soon as an enemy broke and run, the running enemy usually took somewhere in the neighborhood of 80% casualties, because they're running, they're not defending themselves, and they're getting attacked from behind. But anyway, I'm going to raise my shield, and that used up my available action point because he had moved a space. Now this guy's got his shield raised, which means he's going to be able to defend himself fairly well. But that's the advantage of the spear, is the spear is better at getting past shields. Missed with him. Alright, so when he ran, they took their free swings. One of the swings hit him. Alright, so here's our archer. Let's see how handy he is with this knife. Oh, he missed. Let's try again. There we go. See if we can slip past his shield. Good job. He just went into a panic. I'm going to try to stick him a second time. Alright. And now our guy up here with his spear. All right. When this guy runs, we'll get free swings at him. Both these guys up here will. Got a good hit on him. And this guy's going to keep running. So he tried to flee, and when he tried to flee, we got our free shots that put him down. The enemy retreats. The enemy is battered and beaten. Those few still alive scatter away in all directions. Will you hunt them down to claim their heads and possessions, or declare the battle won? We're going to try to run him down. Archer missed. Archer hit him. He's going to close the gap and stick him. He's down. So now we've got this guy that's running. So basically we're going to chase after him. We probably won't be able to catch him before he exits the map. But we're sure going to try. Yeah, he escaped. All right, so we did lose the fisherman, Hartbert. Hartbert had just joined the company. The most powerful opponent he vanquished was a brigand thug. Died at level 1. But this fellow over here, also named Hartbert, has an upward yellow arrow. It means he is leveled. So we're going to check and see what the loot is. That's good. We've got Gambison here, and a pick, and a number of things. The equipment being carried by the fellow who died should be available. Sometimes it's destroyed, and so it doesn't show up in the list. But let's grab the loot. Well, you found those responsible for stealing the lockbox and put them to the sword. Now you just need to put the lockbox back into Aldemar of Sedstad's hands and get your reward. All right, we're going to hit the roster button so that we can level this guy. The first thing we have is perks. As soon as you unlock, as soon as you level, it unlocks a row of perks. So I could choose perks from just this first row here over and over and over again, but every time he leveled, it would keep unlocking the further lines going down. We've got a number of them. Fast adaptation, adapt to your opponent's moves, gain an additional stacking plus 10% chance to hit with each attack that misses an opponent. Bonuses reset upon landing a hit. We've got crippling strikes. Colossus gives the guy extra hit points. 9 lives gives him a dice roll basically to survive what would be a death blow once during a battle. We've got bags and belts, which gives us further storage here in our stash. We've got Pathfinder, which reduces the movement penalties for moving through like swampy territory, hopping up on top of rises, things like that. We've got Adrenaline, which basically allows you to go first in the next round. We've got Recover, which allows you to rest for a round and get all of your stamina and everything back. And then we have Student, which gives you an extra 20% experience points for each battle. I usually like to either go with Fast Adaptation, Crippling Strikes, or Student, depending on what kind of individual it is that we're dealing with. Since he's a spearman with a shield, I'm actually going to go with Student. That'll mean he's getting more experience, and then we click up here under experience, and we've got a bunch of different things here. We've got his hit points, we've got his maximum fatigue, we've got his resolve, which is how easily he becomes frightened. Actually, his resolve is really good at 40. We have initiative, which is, you know, the highest initiative goes first in a round. We've got melee skill, range skill, melee defense, and range defense. You also notice we've got some pluses here. It says +3, +4, etc. Any of these things that have stars, a little star in the corner, means we get a bonus to the random roll for the number of points that an upgrade can be in one of these sectors. So in this case, we have +4 for his hit points. Well, that would have been a +3, but because of that little star, it added 1 point to that. So I'm going to go melee skill, melee defense, and hit points. And there we go. He's upgraded. This fella here, Hartwig the Fisherman, has a serious wound. They cut off his nose. He's got a crushed finger, a cut arm, plus light wounds. The little red cross means that they have light wounds. When you see icons underneath like this, that means they have serious wounds. So we're going to get the crossbow back up here for our crossbow guy and head back to Sidstedt. When we arrive in town, we'll get paid. There we go. Aldemar takes the lockbox from you, hugging it close as though he'd retrieved a lost child. His eyes get a little teary just looking at his artifact. Thank you, Sellsword. This means a lot to me. I mean, the town. You have our gratitude. He pauses as you stare at him. His eyes bounce to a corner of the room. Our gratitude, Sellsword. A large wooden chest is opened by a guard. You count the crowns and go. So we just made 390. You can see it's nighttime, so we don't have access to anything but the tavern. We're going to give these guys a drink just to improve their morale. We're going to leave, and we're going to camp. That's going to make the night pass faster and make us work on repairing our gear, helping some healing, and as we go, we'll have different objectives to choose from. And when we manage to fulfill an objective, we get a big bounce in reputation as a company, which opens up other things. So we've got a couple of choices here. Let's set out into the wilderness, discover the unknown and plunder it, be it a wizard's tomb, goblin camp, or aught else we may find. The other is we need allies. Forge a bond of friendship and trust with one of the towns. We'll get the company better prices, more volunteers, and more steady work. This town that we're currently in, having a temple is someplace we'll come back to over and over again on this side of the map. So I'm tempted to say we need allies. Your reward, having good relationships, will get you better prices and more men to hire. Your renown will increase, which means higher pay for contracts and potentially unlocking new types of contracts. Whereas finding a location in the wilderness and clearing it is just going to get us renown. So I think we're going to go with we need allies, and we're going to work on getting friendly with this town. So let's head on into town. First stop is the temple. Then, oops, except I didn't click the temple. I clicked, there we go. Temple, no. It's in, there we got it. So Hartwig, the fisherman, is going to cost us $90 or 90 crowns to treat his finger and 120 crowns to treat his arm. It's worth it because his finger and his arm will heal good as new and he'll be fine. He's never going to get his nose back. His nose is gone. That's all there is to it. We're going to, let's see, we're looking pretty good for supplies up here, but we need a new man because we lost him. And it looks like Mattis the fisherman, it's probably our best bet. Torlif is a historian, which means he's not going to be very good at things. I was a voracious reader. Torl's early life consisted of long nights in the Blackwasser's library. When his professor said his research was rubbish, the historian went out into the world to prove him wrong. While Torleif spent all his life writing, he spent exactly none of it fighting until now. So our characters actually have hidden traits. So for instance, Hartbert here, he's a fisherman. One of his hidden traits is he's a team player, has a 50% lower chance to inflict friendly fire. He has a hate for greenskins, plus 10% resolve when in battle against orcs. Here, this fella is gluttonous. He eats more than other people do. This fellow is loyal. Our wounded fellow here is cocky, plus 5 resolve, but minus 5 melee defense and minus 5 range defense. Wow, he's got a lot of stuff going on. He's tough. This character is tough as nails, shrugging off hits and blows, plus 10 hit points. And then these are his injuries that he's got. Oh, Welbrecht is a thief. He'll be really good at dodging attacks. Gottfried the Idiot is a grave robber. He's going to come with some better gear that he stole out of graves. But he's also really expensive for what we've got available to us right now. I think just for the body count, I'm going to go with Torlef and Mattis. Mattis, let's see, let's get him geared up. We're going to give him the better Gambison. And this fellow here can have the leather. Torlef, we're going to give him a shield. Let's see. Clumsy, this character can be as dangerous for himself as to his companions. -5 melee skill. Now he's got 42 range skill, which is pretty alright. Our archer has 42 range skill as well. See, so he could be an excellent candidate for throwing weapons or a bow. But for the moment, we're going to arm him with that buckler and an axe. But I think we may eventually get him some throwing weapons. We are going to go to the store. And I'm curious, let's see, 15 to 35 for that dagger. 15 to 25 for that knife. So we're going to give our archer the dagger. I'm going to sell the knife, the net, the 2 wooden clubs. They're basically useless. The linen tunic, and we'll hold on to these 2 weapons. These 3 weapons. And you take the pick. You be a armor breaker. And that's about it for what we can do, but we're up to 7 men, but they do need some healing. 600. See what this... Oh, a package delivery. That's actually not bad. Package delivery, basically make money for taking a walk. 50 crowns in advance, 200 crowns when the job is done. Eichenberg. Let's say we need time to think about this, and let's see where Eichenberg actually is. Oh, that's not bad. All right, we're going to do that. Just like I say, it's getting paid to take a walk. So I accept this contract, and we're going to head straight for Eichenberg. See what we run into along the way. Escorting caravans and delivering packages are great ways to open up the map. If you escort a caravan, they feed you on the road, which is nice. But this also gives us a chance of possibly coming across a wilderness POI. Yeah, Rickster, this actually reminds me a bit of the Might and Magic series. So there's our 200 crowns, and everything's going to be closed for the night. We'll see what this contract is while we're waiting. You find Magnus the Trade Master talking to a group of peasants. Seeing you, he quiets them all down. Shush, the lot of you. This man here can solve our problem. The townsman takes you aside. Sellsword, we have a bit of a problem. There's a relic I need finding. Some such thing by the name of the Seal of the Sun. I don't really give a good old God's damn about it, but these people worship it for spring rains and winter shelter. Naturally, it's gone missing, and for whatever reason, folks think it's gone off to a place by the name of Doomed Fields, all on its own. Nobody will go there, but you will, yes? For the right price, of course? Sounds simple enough. What's the pay? 70 crowns and 290 when the job is done. even though the pay is not particularly good, this could be skeletons. This could just be grave robbers. But either way, we could come out with some good equipment at the end of it. So I think I'm going to accept it. But we are going to spend the night camped out here just to get a little more healing done, because we do have a wounded man. All right. Let's go ahead and check our fellas. All right, and they are over their wounds. So our marker is down here to the south. So let's head there. Now, at any point that we wanted, we could attack one of these caravans we encounter, but it would make an enemy of whatever city the caravan is from. So sometimes you want to kind of pick out one town and make them your whipping boy, so that you can jump to caravans and fight their military forces and get good gear and things like that. All right, so here we are. Unknown garrison. In we go. Well, the sun's still up. It's skeletons. You send a few men into the ruins to find the seal of the sun. All of them return in a hurry, which is unusual, as they have a strong inclination to dawdle about to eat up sunlight and earn an easy day's salary. Thankfully, one of them has the relic in his hand. Unfortunately, they all look like they've seen a ghost. They need not explain the source of their horror, as a group of skittering, armored, clanking undead emerge from the ruins and level their spears at your company. To arms. Some ancient auxiliaries. This is what I was hoping for, because they're going to have some helmets and things. So, of course, the red marks are places that we can't pass through. The biggest concern here is they've got shields. Their shields aren't as strong as our shields, but those shields are going to stop a lot of blows. All right. We're going to have our crossbowman wait, and we're going to move him one up just to make sure he can go wherever he's needed, and then pass. This fella's going to... I think I'm going to have everybody just wait, because they'll close half the distance, which means on the next turn we can set them up not only to have their shields up, but also if they have spears, to ready their spear to repel attacks. So we're just going to have them pass. Alright, here we go. But we could get some cool old bronze helmets out of here. Alright, within reach, take a shot, and he misses. No surprise. Alright, our fella in the back here, I'm just going to have him hold his ground. Now, he's going to go shield wall and spear wall, which means he's ready to spear to repel attacks. And same thing here with this guy on the bottom, shield wall and spear wall. That's why spears are a great early game weapon. That guy's shield up. And have him wait. And get this guy's shield up. Have him wait. There we go. Round number 2. This guy in the back. We're going to have him hold his ground. Shield up, and smash his armor. And the enemy took it on the shield. Yep. Well, we'll do the best we can. We're going to try to stun him, and he took it on the shield, try to stun him again, and we got the hit, and this guy is stunned. He won't be able to act next round. Shield up. I say spears are good at getting past shields, which is why early game I wanted to get these guys some shields. He's going to fill the gap. Now the axemen can actually try to break the enemy's shield. And he missed. Next round. Alright. I'm going to select split shield. And my 2 blows will damage his shield. Our archer is going to shoot at this guy who's stunned. And he hit him that time. Reload. Alright. Our spearman down here should be able to get past the stun guy's shield. Yep, nice. He's almost down. That hurt. That really hurt. Alright. Took it on his shield both times. Missed. Took it on his shield. Come on, snake that shield. There you go. One more time. Right. Try to stun him again. We got the stun. Nope, he missed. Wish we could zoom in closer so you guys could see a little bit better, but alright, so this fella here has gone into panic mode. He's got the white flag. Alright, he got him. Move forward. He took it on the shield. That one got through. Move this guy behind him. He'll have one strike left over. And took it on the shield. Our fella up top here with the pick. He missed. And he tried to run, and they put him down. And he missed. Now he's in a panic. This is going to be bad. This is going to be bad. Alright, he snaked past his shield. Snake past his shield again. Come on, you can do this. One more hit and the skelly's down. There we go. Ooh, that hurt. Yeah, they're just running them through panic here, and this is not good. Odds are those guys are dead. They're not just unconscious. And that did him no good, so what I'm actually going to do is swap him over to his dagger. See, he's gravely wounded. He's unharmed, so we're going to go after the gravely wounded guy. He's almost down. Okay, this guy's recovered from his panic. Let's bring him back into the battle. Alright, stick him. Nope. Come on. No good. Hit his shield. He's still running. This skeleton right here is armed with a weapon that can take your head right off your shoulders in one shot. So it's kind of scary business. And he missed. Come on, dude, you can do it. Well, he hit him, but wasn't enough to put him down. And he missed. This guy here, come on. Snake him. Ah. Yeah, this is rough. Ooh, he took a bad hit that time. Come on with your dagger. Nope. This is bad business. Just can't get past this guy's shield. There, he's down. One skelly left. This guy's recovered from his fear. Start running him back up there. Oh, he missed. Alright, let's see if we can stun this guy. Nope, missed. They're all really tired now, so they're only getting one attack per round. Okay, he got past the shield. And he's down. Jeez. Come on, dude. Nope. Hit his shield. Oh, he got him. Yeah, we lost 4 men. Like, that fast. This game is brutal. There's no two ways about it. So I've got 2 choices. One choice is to just go forward from where we are and hope for the best. The other is to, of course, reload, and we'd be at the beginning of this battle. I think we're going to play the hand we've been dealt. Let's check the loot. So yeah, we got 2 ancient auxiliary helmets, and of course the gear that was being held by the other guys. We also got those skeleton shields as well, and the chopper. This Falx is a cleaver by classification, and cleavers, you have an attack that's basically chop head off. So, alright. Even though... Alright. With the fighting over, you look over your attackers. They're shelled within armor you don't recognize. Hartwig the fisherman tries to pry one of the corpses out of its helm, but to no avail. He looks incredulously at the body. It's like it's just stuck there, or part of him or something. You tell the men to gear up and get ready for a return to Magris the Trade Master, no matter who these men are. You're out here to get the seal of the sun, and that part is done. Now it's time to get paid. Alright, so let's first things first. We're going to swap him for one of these metal helms. Swap him for one of these metal helms. These shields are crap. They've only got 16 hit points. The ones we're using have 24, so we'll sell those when we get back to town. I'm going to give Falk, the fisherman, a Falx. Because he's Falk and it's a Falx. I mean, it's gotta. You know, I mean, there is no other choice. This is clearly a message from the universe. And we'll leave them with their spears. Well, actually, give old No-Nose Hartwig the axe for breaking shields. It's a broken one-handed sword. Meh. We'll hold on to those for whoever we hire in town. Let's head on back, get paid. Definitely not worth what we lost in the process, that's for sure. When you're going to get paid a little over 300 crowns, and it's going to cost us that much just to hire somebody to replace them. And no more jobs here. They're all happy, and that's wonderful, but let's camp through the night, get some healing done, some gear repair. Only the gear that's on your guys will get repaired. Any other gear, you have to specifically request to be repaired. Leaf Earthside, he's a miner. Heinrich is a miner. Kurt the day tailor, they're basically day laborers. And we have a peddler, which would get us better prices if we had him in our company. And old Alfred is a caravan hand. And then we've got Anton, who's a caravan hand. Both of them are going to be well armed, but expensive. Kind of in the beginning, you gotta get the cheap guys just to fill your ranks. $1,253, huh? We're gonna go Heinrich, Leaf, and Kurt. And Torhelm is ready to level. Let's check perks. We're going to give him... I'm going to give him Crippling Strikes as his initial perk. And melee skill, ranged skill, and melee defense. And then Falk the Fisher, I'm going to give him the 20% experience boost. Melee skill, ranged skill, and melee defense. And that will be that. Let's see what we can do about getting these guys geared a little bit. I think I'm going to leave him with his pick. It's a good choice initially. Him, we're going to give him the spear and a shield. This guy's got his pick. I'm going to give him the Ancient Auxiliary Shield. The Buckler is only 16 points of defense. The Ancient Auxiliary Shield is 16 points of defense. The difference is with the Buckler, he can't take part in the shield wall. So we'll give him this Akaton, and we'll give him the other Akaton. And he's at least got a kerchief on his head. Now we're going to sell some of this stuff. Going to sell these shields and bucklers. Going to sell the crossbow and arrows, the face mask, the knives. Going to hold that. I'm going to sell the bludgeons. Hold that dagger, the pick, and sell that old weapon. We are down to 9 food, so we need to buy some food. 92 for bread, that will do. And we need some tools, but we've actually got a pretty decent price for them here. So we will do that, and nothing leaps out. What I need to do is I need to start finding long weapons so that we can put guys in the back row and have them attack from the rear row with like pitchforks, pole arms, that kind of thing. And one of our guys is severely injured, so we want to get back to Sishtat where they have the temple so that we can get him fixed up. Plus, we're trying to build rapport with Sishtat, so hopefully we can make it without too much struggle. Some peasants. Coming in town, just about done. There we go. Temple. Get Torhelm fixed up. And yeah, the guys in the back row are compensating, you know. So this is escorting the caravan about a day to the east. They'll provide provisions along the way. They're not paying a lot, but we're going to accept that contract just so you guys can see. Now we're part of the trade caravan. They'll feed us along the way so our food supply won't go down. We're probably actually going to the first town over. I didn't bother to check. Oh, okay. When we get up in the snow zone, number one, we could encounter barbarians up here. And number two, a lot of the northern settlements will have kennels where we can get war dogs. There's our 160 crowns. Let's go in and see what they got going here. Here we go. Another caravan for another 110. we'll end up paying more than that in wages by the time we get where we're going. I'm going to accept the offer and say I need time to think. And we'll check and see what the other one is. All right, they say, oh, it's a package delivery. Need that taken to Seestadt. Yeah, that's like chump change. That's not even worth the walk. So we will go with the caravan. Ambition fulfilled. Deciding that Seestadt is a good place to invest your efforts, you decide to offer the protection of the company and take up any work suitable to your talents. You act like a gentleman in your dealings with the locals and encourage the men to mind their manners while in the settlement. There was, of course, some griping at first. Torhelm the Blade was sorely disappointed to give up brawling with the farmers, especially with the dead rabbits spending so much time in Seestadt. But you convinced the men that having a friendly base of operations is important in your line of work, as it meant getting better prices on the market and more people willing to join your motley band. It's also much less tiring not having to dodge the militia all the time. You even enlisted the men to do some small tasks in exchange for nothing but goodwill. I found that little brat who wandered off and dragged him right home. Torhelm the Blade brags, quickly outvied by Heinrich. I went to the market for the old spinster, split her wood for winter, and even put out her washing, but I drew the line at rescuing treed cats. So we've fulfilled our first opportunity to up our renown. So we've gained renown. We've got everybody is in good spirits. And that, of course, is this little town over here that I said we wanted to focus on trying to get them sorted. Now we'll get a pop-up here soon that'll give us a second objective to choose from. There's our 110 crowns, which wasn't really worth it, but it gets us back down here. Nobody really worth going to the hassle for down here. We're good for food and pretty much everything. So we're going to leave and we're going to head back to Seestadt because we're now allied with them, which means there will be more people to hire. We can get our gear cheaper, and because they've got the temple, it means the prices for getting healed are going to be less as well. So that's why it was a good choice. All right. Don't think anybody... No. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, see, we got lots more people available here, and some of them are much higher level. They're expensive. We don't have the money for them, but Burke the Old Guard is a retired soldier. Erling the Footman is militia. And let's see. I think we're probably going to have to do one more job before we're going to be able to afford to hire anybody else. He's a monk. This fella here is a thief. Newt is a vagabond. Egon is a peddler. There's Volker the fisherman. He could be worth having. All right, well, let's see what the jobs are they have on the board. Barbarians. A crowd of people jeers and one man yells out that the barbarians ate the liver of his youngest son. Aldemar of Seestadt nods. Aye, men, aye. And so I say, Sellsword, that you plot a path to the barbarians' village and treat them to measured, appropriate, civilized justice. And it's paying $3.90. We're going to say we accept, but then we need time to think. And check the other one. So here's a package delivery in Grunfrost, huh? Let's talk money. It's 130 crowns. I accept your offer. I need time to think about it. We're going to do the barbarian fight. All right, so here we go. Now our next objective. So our choices are: we need a battle standard, so we will be recognized from afar. Having one made is costly, so we shall gather 2,000 crowns for this. The second is: we shall get the company strength to 12 men. It'll make us a formidable force and will allow us to take on more profitable work. And the third is: let us set out into the wilderness, discover the unknown and plunder it, be it a wizard's tomb, goblin camp, or aught else we might find. We're going to shoot for getting the company up to 12 men. And let's go mess with some barbarians. Yes, very likely they did eat his liver with a fine Chianti and some fava beans. There are some very sophisticated barbarians. I'm actually surprised we have barbarians this far south on the map. We're going to camp just outside and wait for daylight, because it's going to be bad enough fighting these guys in a swamp, let alone fighting them in a swamp in the dark. Alright, and we go. And they're probably going to have throwing weapons, which is really going to suck. And in you go. Alright, you find the barbarian village. The savages are in the midst of some religious ritual. An elderly man with a tortoiseshell necklace has his fist up the decapitated and shaved head. He's letting the blood run down his forearm, where children take horsehair brushes and sweep up the paint and go to run it against a wooden holy totem that stands a good 10 feet high. The primitives watch and chant in a tongue totally foreign to you. Torhelm the Blade whispers, as though out of respect for the ritual more so than fear of them hearing. Well, I say we go down there and make an introduction, yeah? Let's do it. Some barbarian thralls. Good, they're not going to be too tough. And none of them are armed with throwing weapons, which is even better. Shield up. Spear out. Shield up. Shield up. And shield up. And shield up. They're holding their ground. Just going to end the round. Yep, they're holding their ground. Just move everybody up. See if that entices them to close. Alright, that wacky sound, he just used the adrenaline perk, which is very common with the barbarians. They're going to use the adrenaline perk so they get to go first the next round, which means they'll be able to use their throwing weapons against us. So I got to shut this business down in a hurry. And he missed. And he missed. Close the gap so he can't use his javelins. This is going to suck. That adrenaline perk is a pain in my ass. Alright, this is the decapitate attack with that falx. He managed to get a good hit on him. There we go. Get this guy in behind him. shield up, I think, is a good choice for him. Come on, stick him. Good job. Not good. Very, very not good. There we go. Decapitated him. We're going to try to do the same thing to the one next to him. Got a good hit on him. Alright, he's down. Close the gap. Stick him. Good job. Alright, this guy is bleeding. So every round that passes, he'll continue to bleed out. But we're going to see if we can decapitate him long before that time comes. Run this guy over there. Alright. Stick him, buddy. Get past that shield. That is the real advantages of using the spear, is you can set up a defensive pike line basically with the spear, where when someone closes adjacent to you, you try to stick them with the spear, and if you succeed, they jump back a square. And sometimes they'll like enter like 3 times in a row and end up almost dead as a result. Good hit. He's almost down. Yeah, he didn't take it lying down though. Alright, this guy with the spear, see if we can get past his shield. Got him. Beautiful. And this guy, we don't have enough stamina left to try another decapitation, so we'll just take a swing at him, and that's all we can do. Ooh, not good. Close the gap. Close the gap. So a lot of times as you start to close in around an individual, especially if they're the last man standing, every person who gets adjacent to them will cause their panic to raise a little bit, and this guy is just completely unshaken. He's a bad old dude, no two ways about it. He's not scared at all. And that's why I was concerned about that. Alright, let's take a couple of swings at him with the axe. Missed both times. Stick him. There you go. And stick him. Yeah, see, we lost 3 men. They're all our new guys, you know. He's been with the company. He's level 2. Hartwig the fisherman. Kurt. So Torhelm the Blade is the only member of our original party that remains. Check the loot. Alright, we got another. Well, that's the Falk Step. Belonged to the one fellow. We've got a Claw Club. Got our shields back. Got some javelins, which is not bad. Got a few crowns, a little bit of food and repair stuff, but that hurt. No two ways about it. The battle over. Kurt beckons you over. It's in one of the tents is a barbarian nursing a wound. Men, women, and children litter the floor around him. The sellsword points to him. We chased the savage in here. I think that's his family all around him, or someone he knows, because he just collapsed and hasn't moved since. You walk towards the man and crouch before him. You tap one of his deerskin boots and ask if he understands you. He nods and shrugs. Little. You did this. Didn't have to, but did. Finish me or I fight with you. One, the other, all honorable. It seems he's offering his hand to fight with the company. No doubt part of some northern code that's foreign to yourself. He's also offering his head if you want that too, and he seems totally unafraid to give it up. We need a man like this. You stare at the man, then take out your dagger and slice the inside of your palm. Squeezing the blood, you toss the dagger to the barbarian and then hold your hand out, the blood dripping steadily. The savage takes the blade and cuts himself in turn. He stands and puts his hand out, and you shake. He nods. Honor, always. With you, the only way. All this way. The man stumbles out of the tent. You tell the men to not kill him, but instead to arm him, which raises some eyebrows. His addition to the company is unforeseen but useful. The southern sellswords will get used to it in time, but for now the dead rabbits needs to return to Adamar of Sedstadt. So there we go. We've got a barbarian. Oh, and he's actually got some interesting gear here. Animal hide armor and a leather helmet, which is actually better than what anybody else has got. Well, we're going to give him a claw club because he should be fighting with what it is he knows, and an old wooden shield because, again, he should be fighting with what he knows. And he's got 2 perks. So we're going to go Crippling Strikes. Now, as you can see, that unlocks the second row, and among those, down on the end here, we have Gifted. Mercenary life comes easy when you're naturally gifted. Instantly gain a level up to increase the character's attributes, which maximum rolls, but without alerts. Or talents, I mean. So we're going to do that, which means we'll be able to level him 3 times because he had 2 levels, which is why he had 2 perks, plus he just got another level. So this guy is going to be an absolute bear. So we're going to up his melee skill, his range skill, and his melee defense. Second round, we're going to do the melee skill and range skill, and because it's only a +1 here, that's a real waste. So we're going to raise his hit points. And third time around, again, melee skill, range skill, and raise his initiative. He's got some crazy big initiative. That's good. All right. And so Hartwig the Fisherman, this is his first level. We're going to give him Crippling Strikes. There we go. So at least we got a man back out of it, and somebody worth having. So some more barbarians there. Oh, they attacked the peasants. We should have jumped in to help, but there wasn't time. Wow. We apparently have been noted by the barbarians. Head inside. Anybody need that? Nope, nobody needs a temple. But we need men. Again. 884, huh? Ludolf the Beggar. He only costs 80. That's just a warm body to throw at him. That works. Halston the Eunuch. Nils the Thief. We're going to hire the Thief. And we're going to hire Halston the Eunuch. And Bjarn the Monk. Give him a shield. Give him a spear. Give him a shield. Give him a spear. Give the monk a shield. And give him the pickaxe. And this fellow will have no shield, so I'm going to give him the woodcutter's axe. So pretty much a full front line. And that gets us 8 of our 12. Yeah, I think we're going to give that barbarian the fox. I think that's a good answer. That leaves us with only 334, which is not a lot. So we're going to have to sell a couple of things here. We'll get more stuff eventually. because we're going to need a little bit of food. They got anything cheap? Yeah, dried fish is cheap. We'll get that. This is that delivery. We're actually going to accept this contract. Unlike the South, finding travelers on the northern road is often a cause for caution. You never know what monstrous man or beastly barbarian you'll come across next. This time it is a large man limping with a dog beside him. You draw your sword halfway out of the sheath and loud enough to gain his ear. The man looks up and his dog rears to the sudden yank of a leash. The northerner can speak a bit of your tongue. Ah, fighters. I'm a fighter myself. You ask why he is alone. He explains that his clan had a dispute and that he was to duel another man to decide who would take control. You ask why he did not duel this man. You ask if he is afraid. The traveler shakes his head. No, the clansman was my brother, and I have no desire to kill him, or kill kin. He gave me this bitch here as both insult and reward, and threw me from the tribe. I've no land or people to go to, but if you'd have me, I'd surely fight for you as well as anyone else. You found a new tribe, friend. Hells yeah. Get another barbarian. And Harif has a war dog. Chomper the Warhound. Ha! He's got a crude axe, some scrap metal armor, and a leather helmet. Hells yeah. Here. Swap. They can hang out together. And he's got levels. He's got 4 levels and 3 perks. So we're going to go Crippling Strikes. The one that gives him a whole nother level, so he's going to have more levels available. And then we're going to give him the Rally the Troops, which when people start to run away, he can blow his horn and it will make them recover faster. And then he's going to get all kinds of level ups here. So melee skill, range skill, melee defense for the first one. Let's give him health, resolve, and range skill. Got good numbers there. So again, melee defense, health, and melee defense, and resolve. Good deal. Hell of a good deal. He's going to make a real difference for us. What we really need is 1 shield. Deliver cargo to Rabe the Guildmaster in Grunforst. Oh, down here. We're probably going to get jumped by barbarians on the way, just given the fact that we encountered multiple barbarians on our way back from our previous mission. Yep, there's 7 barbarians there. We're not going to get paid much for this job, but hopefully they'll have something decent. We're being jumped. You can't make out who is attacking you in time. You have to defend yourself. Oh, this is going to suck rabidly. We're being ambushed in the forest, and you can see all these red marks are places we can't actually go. We can't actually move. So we're going to have to rearrange ourselves. We're going to pull our axeman back to here. We're going to pull this spearman to here, so now we've got a solid closure there. We're going to have him hold. Going to have our barbarian jump out to there and hold. And we're going to release his hound. You back here. In fact, I think I might even be able to get him 1 step farther. There we go. There we go. Good doggy. Tear him up. All right. Ooh, he's serious. He's a barbarian reaver. I want to get these guys away from this elevated ground. Because otherwise he's going to hop up there and have a major advantage. He knows a challenge when he sees it. So pull back to center. Thank you very much. Shield up and your spear. I'm just going to have him hold. Again, that's them making sure that they have the initiative first in the next round. Alright, take his head off. That's the way. Good hit on him. Alright, barbarian, do your job. Good hit. See if the second one didn't land, though. Got a good hit on him. These guys are going to have to wait. We're basically enclosed in here, so get your shield up and hold your horses. Ooh, our axeman just took a hell of a hit, though. But he struck back good and hard. He's bleeding. That's not good. You get over here and take his head off. This fella, I'm gonna have him close in here. This guy here, shield up, stick him. He missed. Alright, Axeman, let him have it. He missed. He got him a good hit that time, got through most of his armor. Okay. Just shield up and pass. Shield up and stick him. Good job. Then pass. And he can't reach him, so shield up and pass. Nice. That dog took him out one bite. Alright. Shield up and wait. Shield up, spear out. Start moving in on this fellow over here. Yeah, he's bleeding. He's bleeding bad. We have no bandages. There we go. He's down, so there's two barbarians left. One here and one there. Close the gap. buddy. Stick him. Good job. Have him just hold tight. Have him start coming around from this side. Oh, wow. That was unexpected. Decapitate. Got a good hit, but didn't get the decapitation. And we're doing good morale-wise, so isn't worth blowing the horn. Yep, there we go. He's pinned. Missed. And he's down. All right, one barbarian left. Stick him. There we go. So we lost Ludolf. The others were injured, but they survived it. Ludolf had just joined the company. He was probably the one we paid 80 for. Check the loot. So there's Ludolf's shield. There's a two-handed skull hammer. That does 45 to 65 damage. That's pretty brutal right there. We did get some repair stuff, a few crowns, and bone figurines. So take all the goodies. And let's go ahead and level. Anybody who's ready to level. All right, so this guy's ready to level. We're going to do gifted so that we get 2 levels out of it. Melee attack, melee defense, and resolve. And we're still on our way to Grunport. Got plenty of food and stuff, so we're doing good there. There's our 130 crowns. This is just a little bitty spot. Terrified villagers. The villagers here are terrified of unknown horrors. Fewer potential recruits are to be found on the streets. A rebuilding effort and raided. This place has been recently raided. It's suffering damage, has lost valuable goods and supplies, and lives were lost. So, that was probably barbarians who raided them. We're going to sell the figurine and the antler cleaver. Going to sell the claw club. Good for food. We're good for repairs. There's nobody to hire here. Let's see what the deal is here. The folks are in turmoil. Graves in the cemetery have been found opened and raided. Some simpleton claims it to be the dead rising from the graves. Superstitious nonsense. It's quite obvious some grave robbers audacious enough to come to Gunhurst and plague us with their greedy presence. He bangs his fist on the table in anger. Go out to the cemetery and end this nuisance once and for all. Let's talk money. 340 with 80 in advance. We need to be paid more for this. So 90 in advance and 360. Basically, he just flipped it, how much we're getting up front. Well, the hell with it. We'll go to the Crypt of Jalfargo. Hopefully it's skeletons again and we can get some more helmets. I don't think anybody has any major injuries. Right. Okay, we're okay. Actually, let's take a look here and see if they have any long weapons. Yeah. So here's a pitchfork. We're going to buy that pitchfork and take Hallstein, move him to the back row, and arm him with that pitchfork. Everybody's got a shield. Yes, no, he needs a shield. All right. Well, oh, what the hell? Get in there. There we go. That gives us a complete shield wall. See, this one is 16, so it doesn't make a difference. We'll keep those the same. But this just gives him the ability to attack from the back row. All right. And let's actually... Yeah, he's got range skill of 40. We're going to give him these javelins and set him up with those javelins initially. That may make a difference for us. Where is it here? Oh, way down here. We're going to have to go through a lot of forest to get there, so we could have a lot of encounters on the way with all kinds of nasty things. We'll see. At least they're exercising some common sense as far as avoiding the woods as much as possible. All right, let's do it. Naxxerers. All right, so Naxxerers are ghouls. They're considered the undead. They look like a mutant ape, and they have 3 forms. And basically, if they eat a dead body, they evolve into the next form up, heal all their hit points, and they're really a pain to deal with. Hopefully there's not too many of them. Six of them, we can handle that. So they're all in their basic form. If they eat a body, they'll evolve into the second form. If they eat another body and evolve into the third form, they can literally swallow you whole. Alright, so we're going to go shield and spear out. Shield and spear out. Shield up. Shield up. They're out of range, so he'll wait. Shield up. We're going to wait to release his hound until the next round. Till we see what these guys do. Shield up, spear out. And we will see what happens. Little bastards are holding their ground. So we will hold our ground. There, they're moving in. All right, so when you either shoot or throw a weapon, if there's, like, say if I tried to throw this weapon at him, you'll see the small red shields. It means that when I throw at him, I have a chance of hitting my own guy here on the left or his associate above him. However, a throw like that, when going right past the person directly in front of you, doesn't have that risk. And he missed. Let's get the second throw. And he missed again. All right. Decapitate him. Oh, you missed? Come on, brother. And he missed. He's too far up the line to make contact, so I'm gonna Move him to here. Good hit. Release your dog right next to him. And he's pretty much stuck there for now. The dogs always go first. There, you finally hit him. Alright. Hassan Chop. Let's do this. Good hit. Decapitate him. Nice. Even though they got a free swing at him, I wanted to push him up on top of that body so they can't eat it and evolve. Good hit. Another good hit. All right, Spearman, hop right there. There you go. You hop down the line. Stick him. Good job. Good doggy. Missed him twice, huh? Hop him over. Good deal. And that would have been his last javelin. Yeah, the case is empty, so we're going to switch him over to his pitchfork. Get on top of that body so they can't get to it. Good hit. Put them both in panic mode and put him in panic mode. This really is going to work to our advantage. You hit him and put him in panic. Well, he's closer to panic. Run him down. So when they attempt to flee, we get free shots on them. So want to make sure we've got lots of people adjacent to them. All right, he's down. There we go. Nobody died, which is nice for a change. Loot them. We're going to end up with their fangs. And we got some crowns out of it, which is kind of a surprise. Oh, and I didn't grab the loot. Jesus, I hit the leave button instead of the loot button. Well, we didn't lose all that much in terms of loot from those guys. It would have been far worse if it would have been like, you know, barbarians or something. Go back and get paid. Because, yeah, I don't think it auto-loots. So I think that stuff got left behind. Losing the crowns hurt. That's for sure. And made it in just before sunset. Take a look. Yeah, it got left behind. That's a damn shame. But we're good for supplies. Check and see if anybody leveled. Yep, this fella did. We're going to give him crippling strike. And as always, melee attack, ranged attack, and melee defense. I always do ranged attack because eventually everybody will have javelins or throwing axes or something of the sort, and it really makes a difference when the enemy starts approaching and you just mow them down with a hail of javelins. So it's good to build that up. The dog is actually doing really well. Dogs don't last long, even with armor. They tend to die quickly. And the fact that he's survived multiple battles pretty much unscathed is a good deal, is a good sign. All right, well, we're going to make sure he's swapped back to his javelins. And there are no jobs here and there are no troops here, so I think we're going to head back to Seastat. All right. Let's see who we got here. Most of these guys are big money. Remember, we're trying to get the crew up to 12. Lionheart, Newt, and Volker. We are within one. I don't think anybody needs special treatment. Nope. All right. We've got 268 left, and we can't afford anybody else in town here. So we're going to give him this old shield and a spear. Keep that shield line intact. Going to put him in the back row and him in the back row. This fisherman has a net, which is not bad, but I think we're going to give him the two-handed skull hammer. And this fellow will go two-handed axe. Ended up accidentally swapping their locations. All right. So we've got a complete shield line up front and some protection in the back. Let's see what kind of jobs we got in here. Another crap job. Well, okay, so here we go. I'm going to do a caravan job. That'll save us on food. They're not paying much, but it's the only job they've got. And we're headed down to where we just came from. Yep. All right. Well, we're not going to hang out because we don't have much money. So we're going to head back to Seedstadt right away and hope that there's a job waiting for us when we get there, preferably a 2-skull job. Brigands. What you got for me? No work, huh? And we can't afford the boat to travel to another location. So we're going to have to overland it. The closest place is going to be Halheim. We're really pushing it when it comes to our money amount. We need a good job. There's a 2 skull. A local councilman by the name of Berthold the Elder wishes to see you. Package delivery. About a day of travel. 340 crowns. And we're going to pause so we can see where we're going. Hell is it? Oh, over there, huh? All right. Hopefully we do not run out of money on the way. And of course, instead of taking the road, which is fast, they're overlanding it through the hills. Hopefully we'll make it there relatively quick. Should get back on the road now. There we go. That'll speed us up. We should make payday, but we've run out of food. Go, go, go. There we go. 340 crowns. Get some food. Well, the grain is cheap. That'll do the job for now. Sell these knives. We need one more man. And then we will be much better off. What do we got here? Package delivery. Paying $310. We're going to take time to think about it and see what the other job is. The northern barbarians sent me this today. It was stuck to its messenger, a man they took the eyes and tongue out of. Such is their nature, these savages, to speak to me without a word, and so I have a feeling I shall return the favor with your help, Sellsword. Go east of here, find their little village, and burn it to the ground. The scalp unsticks from the fire poke and slaps against the stone floor with a wet slap. Paying $830. I accept your offer. We got $294. Even though he's going to be worthless in a fight, we're going to hire this Sorrel because he's really cheap. That's going to get us our 12 men. Arm him with that and put him in the back row so he's got a little bit of protection. All right, so there we go. Company has gained renown. People have improved in mood. Our new hire, Sorrel, has gotten eager. And it's not too far over there. I think we're going to be all right as long as we survive this. During your travels, Bjarne has taken some interest in Knut's intellectual shortcomings. Bjarne says that with some time, he could learn the man a thing or two. Knut can put one foot in front of the other, and sometimes quite confidently, but you think that's about where his aptitude for all things comes to an end. Not only that, but Bjarne has gotten easily frustrated in the past. Teaching the dumb brother might be an exercise in inflating his own ego. Well, see what you can teach him. Yeah, Bjarne is pissed off now. He may abandon the company. Yep, Bjarne just bailed on us, bastard. Faithless whoreson. Honorless dog poker. Never trust a monk. Right at sundown, you find the barbarian village. The savages are in the midst of some religious rituals. Same thing as before. Prepare to attack. Many barbarian thralls and a few warhounds. So the dogs will head right straight in. There's 10 of them, including the dogs, so. Alright, so he has Smite, Shatter, swing the weapon in a wide arc that hits 3 adjacent tiles in a counterclockwise order. Okay, I'm going to have him, and that is split shield. Good to know he can split shield with that thing. All right, doggies. Sorry, but that's what we got to do. Oh, we missed. Gotta take the dogs out fast. Double miss. You want release his dog and take a whack at the barbarian. Good shot. Missed the dog twice. Ooh. So much for him. Yeah, these war dogs can be big trouble. And he's bleeding out. Try for the decapitation. No, but that at least will stop him from being able to throw his axes now. Come on, put that dog down. And he missed. Good hit. Good hit. This is going to hurt. Oh, yeah, I knew that was coming. Being able to go first in the round really makes a difference, especially when fighting barbarians. No, I was hoping I could get him to step forward and get the round swing, but he'll hit his own guys if I do it now, so guess we'll just take a whack at the dog. All right, there we go. Yeah, this is rough. Jesus. Come on, stick him. There you go. Now you stick him. Nope, hit his shield both times. He's almost down. All right, decapitation. No. Good shot. Move up, hit the same guy. There you go. Nope, missed both times. All right, big chop. There you go. Get your shield up. Ooh, he stunned him. Go up here. Good dog. Yeah, a bunch of our guys are bleeding out. We got to finish this, and we got to finish it fast. There we go. Jump in there. Missed. This fella here, we're gonna jump him down there because he's bleeding like a stuck pig. Gotta finish him. Alright, swap over to that. He is wounded. He is wounded. Yeah, they are bleeding like crazy. Good hit. Where the hell are you going? Stick him. Good shot. And again, missed. Stick him. He's down. Excellent. Shield up. Stick him. Good shot. We're getting damn close here. Guy in blue's probably going to die, but we'll see. Missed. Get in there. Good hit. Missed. Can't quite reach him. Might be able to still get in a shot. There we go. Good deal. We've got one man standing, and the dog finished him. We lost 3 men. Looks like the 3 men that we just hired. He was with us for 3 days. 3 days, and had just joined the company. Got a couple of them that leveled, though. Let's check the loot. There we go. We've got a bunch of amber, and we got some gold, some throwing axes, the antler cleavers. Let's make sure we actually take it this time. And head back to Hornstead. Well, we were almost to 12 men now, and we got it. Now we're back down to 8. That's how fast things change in this game. Yeah, the dogs make a serious difference. If you can get your entire front and rear line armed with throwing weapons and give each of them a war dog, you can really unleash some serious mayhem. And everything is closed, so I guess we'll buy him a drink and camp till morning. All right, let's sell that amber. Almost 350 apiece. That changed our status. Let's go ahead and do our leveling here. I'll go student. Standard situation. All right, so gifted means we're going to be able to give him 2 levels. So melee attack, ranged attack, and melee defense. Melee attack, ranged attack, and initiative. We have him fast adaptation. Not much of a step forward for him. Now he's got a deep face cut that'll take 1 to 3 days to heal. If we don't get him to a temple in time, it's not going to be the end of the world. He'll just have a nice scar on his face. There is a temple here, so let's get him taken care of. There we go. All right. Another monk. A wild man. farmhand. See what we got here. Akan the peddler, the apprentice, detailer, a cultist. If you hire the cultist, he'll start trying to convert the people in your warband to his cult. Let's see if we've got any. Yeah, here we go. Scripture is written across his arms and scars and coda of madness. It reads, Finichwe, Plagwanaf, Dav Kulbrela, Waganaf, Patang. Yep, okay. So this is straight out of the Cthulhu mythos. In fact, you can have a cultist start to the game, which is kind of funny. I think we're gonna hire Meinhof, the wild man. There he is. He's got a tree limb, and it's one-handed, but it does a lot of damage. Let's give him this leather cap. Right. And that one, deliver cargo to Eberhard, accept the contract. Pause things here and see where the hell we're going. All right, up here. They'll probably have a kennel up here. Get that extra 300. We may be able to add a few dogs in. Some barbarians. Far over the misty mountains cold. Okay, get on in there. No, they don't have dogs here. That's kind of a surprise. But they do have a temple. That's good to know. Let's see what kind of work they've got. Package delivery, 270 crowns, except we need to think about it. Let's see what the other one is. Getting property back, paying 500. I'll accept his contract. Anybody interesting here? Nels the butcher. You come work with us, Nels. Wilhelm the miner. Hire him. Kind of surprised that all he's got is a knife on him. We're going to give him that. See what kind of damage he can do with it. Don't have any shields. We're going to give him the throwing axes. And a hood. And not interested in dropping the money right at this moment on somebody else. So let's see. There's a shield. We need that. There's finally some decent bows. And there is a pitchfork. All right. And those are cheap at twice the price. Let's see, that's 25. That's 20, so 20 and 20, yeah. That's about as good as it's going to get him into some actual clothing. As the company takes a break, you decide to address the men. Brothers, I want everyone to know the dead rabbits are not just cutthroats and errand boys, but skilled fighters of the First Order. Word of our deeds must spread so that merchants and noblemen are begging us to take their contracts. What do you tell the men of the company we will set out to do? All right, we need a battle standard. We got to raise 2,000 crowns to get a battle standard. Set out into the wilderness, discover a place and kill its inhabitants, and visit every single town on the map. So we're going to go for the battle standard. It's going to take us a while. Well, no, let's do the find a wilderness camp. I think that's going to be more easily possible. Follow the tracks southwest of Skigstad. All right. There they are. Brigands, just as your employer had thought. 2 arms. Yeah, they're brigand thugs. We should be able to handle these guys. I'm just gonna have everybody pass. Let them close the gap. There you go. Shield up, spear out. Shield up. Shield up, spear out. You pass. Shield up. Shield up, spear out. Hound on him. Stick him with the pitchfork. Ooh, battle of the two-handers. Nice. And the Axeman. Good hit. Put him in a panic. That's the nice thing about the thugs is they panic easily. There we go. Stuck him with the pitchfork. Missed. You keep dodging, doggy. Throw an axe at this guy here. Nice hit. Missed the second time. Alright. Time to close the gap on this guy. He's going to hop up there and get the advantage. And so you see when he jumped in, this guy's flag elevated a bit. He's getting nervous as he's getting surrounded. Decapitation complete. him. Get a whack on the noggin. Stick him. Good job. Alright, so the enemy is retreating. We're going to run him down. Smash. That is a hell of a weapon. Take a swing. Got him. There we go. Everybody survived, which is nice for a change. And for loot, we got a crap load of shields, a couple of headpieces, a flail, some daggers. Not bad. Alright, the battle over. You retrieve the ceremonial staff from the wasted clutches of your enemies and prepare to return to Rumhold the Counselor. He will surely be happy to see of your success. Let's go get paid. There we go. So we're up over 1,000 again, which means we can pick up our 12th man. Bernhard, another wild man. I like the wild men. They're usually pretty crazy. A killer on the run. A killer on the run may kill again, and he knows where to aim. Yeah. Fritz looks about, ready to join any outfit or disappear into its ranks. Recognizing Fritz is no hard feat. This man is a known murderer. The blood of both his cuckolding wife and her lover on his hands. Fritz's eyes skirt from yours. When you ask how he is with a weapon, he mumbles about only having to hit the man once. He looks like he's armed with a dagger. I think he's probably, well, so Bodo the cultist costs less, but I think we're gonna go with Fritz. Gotta love somebody called Fritz Backblade. And let's see here. We're going to give him a better shield. Going to give him a better shield. We're going to arm Fritz with a long weapon. And if we could come up with another long weapon, we would certainly arm this fella too. Shift these guys over. Now let's see what they got in the store. Sell the crap shields, the daggers, the flail, the bludgeons. Nope, no long weapons here. They do have a nasal helm for a pretty decent price. In fact, all their prices are pretty darn good. And Torhelm has a pierced leg muscle. We got to get healed up. We'll do that. We're going to get this guy in Akaton and this guy the full leather cap. Get him healed up. 180 is not bad. And we could use a little food. The grain is cheap. We need repair. And other than that, I think we're set to rock and roll. Curious what this is about. Alright. Well, that's a caravan job. We'll do that. It isn't going to pay us a lot, but it's going to feed us along the way to the next town. Yeah, Jester. The writing in this game is actually well done. You can sometimes tell that it's English as a second language because they'll use things in kind of a funny way, but it's usually fairly tongue-in-cheek. Barbarians, barbarians, barbarians. Okay, and we go to Hornstedt. Yeah, welcome to Hornstedt, where we are having temples. Armorer here. Look at all that lovely armor, completely beyond our financial reach. What you want? Package delivery to Schneffels. What are you paying? $540? You know, that gets us back in our original neighborhood. Schneffels. Schneffels. Why is it not giving us a delivery marker? Schneffels. There it is. Go. And we might get jumped by barbarians along the way. Yeah, they're after us. Oh. No, they ran into another unit and they scockered. At least we got pay till we get there. We got food. Really surprised we haven't unveiled any hideouts, any barbarian villages or anything going through all this snow up here. Because we're supposed to discover a ruin and clear it. Alright, 540 crowns. And they've got a few jobs. Take a look here. There we go. Grab that pitchfork. Like so. And a package delivery. Where is it going? 290. It's not going far. We're going to accept the offer, but take time to think about it and see what the other job is. 3 days to the southwest. Paying $980 and 16 crowns per head. And you'll pay for up to 30 heads. Let's do that. We've got enough pay to make it there. Hey, Necros, how you doing? Let's see. You come across a caldera, the bottom of which you find a few sheep nuzzling something. As you draw close, you see that there's an enormous hound there. Its fur matted with blood, its collar shredded, and its paws wiry where the claws have come apart. It regards you with a growl, but can't maintain it for long as it simply puts its head down with an exhausted huff. The sheep depart, and beyond them you find a man leaning against a rock. His chest has been ripped open, and whatever killed him did it with such force as to spray his innards along the rocks. Following the trail, you do find a monstrous Nexera whose throat has been ripped out. Meinhold nods. I think that pup might be worth having in the company. Brom, you've dealt with hounds before, right? Brom steps forward. I know this breed. It is of northern stock, a sturdy creature. There's one thing it shall respect in a man, and it is strength. The sellsword crouches before the dog and without pause puts his hands around the scruff of its neck and starts to scratch. Despite the sudden movements, the dog responds positively, and when the man stops scratching, the dog lifts up off the ground and lopes forward and follows the man. Brom stares back at you as he roughs the dog up with some heavy petting. Yeah, he'll fight for us. Fighting is what he's made for. He just needed someone to watch him rip and tear. What a lovely creature this is, and the dog is fine too. You've gained Warrior the Warhound. Let's call him Warrior then. Alright. So there is Warrior. We've got Oh, did we lose our other dog? Oh, no, there he is. Okay. So there's Chomper. We're going to make sure he goes with Brom, since it was Brom who befriended him. There we go. Ooh, Barbarian Thralls and a few Warhounds. Here we go. Party's on. And a snowstorm. Okay. Well, I guess it's going to be stick to dogs if we can. Oh, and he missed. Come on, man. You can do better than that. I'm going to have this guy hold. And I'm going to shift this guy's location, so hopefully I can step up and hit a bunch of these guys all at once. Get your shield up. Missed both times. Release your hound. And get your shield up. Gonna have him hold. Remember, it's whoever's bouncing is the one that gets to go. Get his shield up. Have him hold. These are the caravan guys. They'll usually not really get involved. Okay, I'm gonna have him move forward. And he missed them all. Damn. Alright. Come on, wild man, you can do it. Ooh, that hurt. He's bleeding. Damn. And he missed. Alright, buddy, you best do a good job here, and you missed. Come on. There, you got the dog. Let's see if we can finish him. Alright, get the other dog. Good hit. And release your hound. There you go. I think I'm going to have him come forward and close the line. Come on, finish that dog off, dude. There you go. See if we can stun this guy. Nope, missed him. Got a good hit on him though. Good job. The small blue flag at the back here indicates that he's got like really high morale, the dog here. Oh, 1 second. That's my server administrator here. Go. Alrighty, and user, where can you close to? You close to there. Now stick him. You missed. Jeez. Good hit. Shield up. This fella here, bring him in. Alright. Decapitation, come on. Well, he got a good hit, but he didn't decapitate him. Got a good hit in on him. Alright, stick him. And you stick him. Good shot. Like I say, a couple of these guys are bleeding, and we got to get this over and done with before they bleed out. Good try. Ah, good job. There you go. Stick him. And he missed. Good deal. Good shot. He took that one on the shield. Shield up. And he's down. Nicely done. Get your shield up. Stick him. Excellently done. Stick him. And he missed. Try again. Got him. Good whack on the head. And the dog did his job. That's the dog that we had just gotten in that encounter on the road, so he's definitely a great addition. That's him. We've got one more barbarian. Ah, the guy up on top. Okay. Stick him. Missed. Stick him. Missed again. Come up here. There he is. So we lost Niels. He'd been with the company for 3 days. Took part in one battle, had 2 kills. Killed a brigand thug. Let's see what kind of loot we got here. Got some food, some gold, some medical supplies, some tools and supplies, and some ammunition. Got some bear head pieces. Excellent. Those will go down a treat. And it was Niels who was carrying the 2-handed skull hammer. I'm just going to make sure everybody's sorted out. So, let's see, this Akaton is doing 40. We'll give him a bear headpiece. And bear headpiece. Get the Akaton on this guy in the back row. And this fellow in the back row. And the leather headpiece on that fellow in the back row. We're good for shields. Yeah. He's got exposed ribs. We got to get him to some healing. But alright, let's do our upgrades here. We're going to go crippling strikes. His melee skill, his range skill, and his melee defense. This fellow, we're going to give him gifted, which is going to allow us to level him twice. So same there, and again, melee skill, range skill, and melee defense. And then our last guy here, we're also going to give him gifted. So he gets a double bump. Melee skill, range skill, and melee defense. There we go. Alright. And when I hit go, we're going to keep going with the trading caravan. So that worked out alright. Got a couple of levels. Did lose one man, but not what you'd call a heartbreaker. He was new, so it's not like we had invested a lot of time and energy into him. I would definitely say this run is going better than the last one. And we've been jumped. Who do we got? No idea. They're all in the dark. Alright. Well, I'm just going to have everybody skip. Oh, it's orcs. I can tell from the noises. Yerk. They have some very nasty weapons. You can capture some of their weapons. They've got some great choppers. And it looks like we got 4 of them armed with choppers. Alright, you need to get shield up, spear out. You need to get shield up, hold off on the dog. Shield up. Shield up, spear out. Shield up, spear out. Shield up. Don't release the hounds yet. Shield up, spear out. See if he can hit this guy. No, he missed. And everybody else will basically pass. Shield up. Alrighty, so we're going to try decapitation. Got a good hit on him. Hit the same guy here. Our fellow back here is going to reach with the pitchfork, hit the same guy. Alright, he missed. Give him a good chop. See, he jumped forward, got stabbed with the spear. It drove him back. He jumped forward, and that time the spear missed. That is an orc warrior. The rest of these are orc younglings. But this fella, he's a serious threat. Oh, broke his shield. Alright, stabbed this fucker. Jesus, you are horrible with those throwing axes. Oh, it's kind of dark. Sorry about that. Stick him. Good job. I'm going to have to start breaking shields here if I'm going to keep from having a bunch of people die. Good stab. Decapitate him. Oh. Yeah. These are some serious foemen. Gonna release the dog behind him. Give him a whack. All right. This is where this is going to get hairy. Good job. Have him wait. And these are the members of the squad back here. Let's move him up one. There we go. Yeah, this guy's been stunned. Good job. Oh, that's not good. That is not good at all. One of our barbarians just went down. He broke that orc shield. That's good. Stick him. Wow, he's got some serious armor on. Like, we stabbed him twice with the spear, and it barely touched his armor. Good job. Broke his shield in one shot. I can't quite tell from the illustration. I think he's armed with an axe. Yeah. Armed with an axe. Stick him. You missed. Get your shield up. Good hit. Another good hit. He is out of throwing axes. Swap him over to his distance weapon. Damn it. Not so pretty good. That was a good stick. We've mostly gotten through his body armor now. They are just really well armed and armored. Missed. Come on, get him. Missed. Oh. Good shot. Finished him. There you go. second here. Okay. Let's put it on him. We're finally starting to do actual physical damage to him, but again, this is just bad in so many ways. This count to 13 up here includes the members of the caravan and the mules, so we don't have anywhere near as many troops as it looks like up here. That was a good shot. Alright, hopefully the dog will finish him. Let's bring him there. Like every 8 rounds, they can do this stun move. Alright, there we go. The orc warrior is down. That's the important one. Good shot. I'm really surprised only one of our troops panicked so far, considering how many guys have gone down on our side. Missed him. These dogs are really making a difference. Poke it. There you go. Alright, one orc left. Oh, dude. No recovering from that. Took his head right off his shoulders. Took his head right off his shoulders. There's a good chance that we're going to lose the majority of our group here. Ah, Jesus. Get back here, you cowardly bastard. That scared the crap out of this dude. He's going to start running. And the caravan hands, they haven't done anything to help. They might as well be trees. Yeah, we lost 6 of our troop. Jump and Jesus. And we've still got a ways to travel before the caravan arrives. So, yeah, we lost both our barbarians. And because these are the ancient helmets, we know that those guys who died were with us a long time. The dogs are intact. I guess that's not bad. We've got some crude javelins, and we got a pile of brutal axes out of the deal. Wow. And we've got major injuries on a couple of these guys. That's when, most often when I'm playing solo, you know, and stuff, that I would actually restart that fight and see if I could come out better. But I made the decision that I was going to take it as it comes and not do any cheesing. So that you guys can see the level of brutality in this game. Alright, let's give him the ability to switch positions with others. Hello, you. Oh, I guess he's not that far along. Alright. Oh, crippling strikes then. Okay, how far do we got to go? We got to get all the way down here yet. And with us having only 5 people and 2 of them seriously injured, this is not looking good. We could end up wiped. Depends on what we get jumped by on the way. And we managed to bypass those brigands. That gives me a little hope. Oh, no, they followed us and jumped us. Bastards. Well, now if these caravan hands don't fight, we're done. Because our number is 10, but 2 of that 10 are the mules, and another 3 of that 10 are the caravan hands. So there's 5 of us against 7 of them, because the mules don't do anything, of course, and these guys, the caravan hands, they don't tend to get in and fight. They tend to just sit and wait for you to do the fighting for them. And these are brigand raiders. They're not thugs. They've got good armor, good weapons, and are as skilled or more skilled than we are in our current state. Those bastards are just going to stand there and watch us die. And they're going to crowd my weakest guy here. Yeah, this is bad in many, many, many ways. He'll move to stand between them and the donkeys. But that's about as far as he'll go in trying to defend us. Come on. Nope, missed both times. Yep, I think we can pretty much consider this over. Yeah, with every kill, their morale's going up. The blue flags are raising. Well, that was a decent hit. So he's going to run and get cut down. Yep. And there it is. We got wiped. The dead rabbits trusted you to bring them glory, riches, and women. Now they're all dead on the ground, yourself and their company. They'll soon be forgotten by everyone. With no shortage of work for hired swords in this world, there's always the next mercenary band to take their place. And there we go. Battle Brothers, a brutal, brutal game. Lots of fun, but a brutal game. I'm going to call it a stream. You're a stream. And I'm going to go check and see how my wife is doing on her vintage story stuff and if she's ready to do some streaming of that together. And if so, I'll be back with her streaming vintage story. And if not, if she's still not ready for that, well, then maybe I'll come back and do another round of Battle Brothers or some Mountain Blade Bannerlord or something. We'll figure it out. But I'm so used to this, it doesn't even bother me anymore. It's just an absolutely brutal game. And you're going to get wiped now and again. You're going to get wiped now again, and that's just the way it is. So, one way or another, we'll see you guys again shortly. It's just a matter of